Okay, guys, so this is day one, and this is the introduction to the cloud course 4 in 1. And I'm not sure what's wrong with me, but I'm offering four courses in one course. Well, maybe something right with me or wrong. I don't know. So, the thing is that AWS Solutions Architect Associate. Now, that itself is a tough course. And then Microsoft Azure Administrator AZ103. AZ103, which is going to be 104 now. That's a separate tough course by itself. Google Cloud, another separate course, and Oracle Cloud, the new in the market, rookie in the market, I would say, but still is gaining that edge as well. The top three are these AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, and the main thing would be that we will be going through all the hands-on labs, intense labs for these courses. So there is another student. Okay, so we're talking about the Cloud 4-in-1 course, where the four. Now, what are those four courses that we're going to be going for? So normally I just put it on Notepad as well, and then you'll be given all the documentations as well. I'll be sending you because I got your email, or if I didn't, then let me know. Just give me your email on on where. So my name is Amir Shahzad. And first of all, yeah, about me. So, 15 plus years of IT experience, and teaching is my passion. So, I do consultancy contracts as well as training in different colleges. And I've been system administrator of a university back home, and then 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I came to Canada and got the job in Scotiabank here. For 5 years, I did that job as a contractor in Scotiabank as a system admin there for the Microsoft VMware environment. Well, mainly Microsoft, but as a contractor, they do give you other roles as well. And then I just went for other contracts, and I kept on teaching on the side. So then I flipped, and now I teach mainly on weekdays and do contracts, evenings, daytime, whenever there's time or take out time. So the thing is that I teach in private colleges and public colleges as well. Here in Canada, it's in Toronto and GTA or Greater Toronto area. I teach in George Brown College in downtown, and that's there I teach Microsoft Exchange and SQL Server and AWS Azure Cloud and Office 365, which is a SaaS-based cloud or software as a service. So other than that, um, I also teach in Humber College, and that's where I teach VMware 6.7, 6.5 actually, and in Humber College. And in the Durham College, that's there I also teach virtualization and cloud. So virtualization and cloud. So the thing is that all the colleges are adopting the cloud platform for training as well, like as courses, because there's so much demand from the IT industry, IT market, and IT companies that more and more cloud experts are needed. So that's why I've mobilized this 4-in-1 course. I should have actually offered just AWS Solutions Architect Associate, or just Microsoft Azure Administrator course, or just Google Cloud. But I do teach that AWS and Azure in some another college as well. But this is like I'm so fond of doing stunts. So this is another big stunt. That, are you kidding me? Four courses in one, and all are tough courses, man. So anyway, but that's fun, right? So you get to know four different courses. You get to do certifications, four certifications by while you're paying for just one course. Wow, amazing. I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay, so that's one thing. So you can, okay, you can contact me on 647-544-9446, and also the email address here, admin at Amir's Online IT School. But and also, I'm just coming up with another name here, and that is Cloud Engineers Academy. So you will see very soon this name coming on my LMS, or Learning Management System. But anyway, you can just contact me on these. Well, for now it's at Gmail, but I'll just upgrade that later. Okay, so this is for now. Someone's calling me actually for, hey, where is your class going on right now? Please give me the link. So how can I tell this guy that, hey, I'm teaching right now? So well, I'll just put the message there. 30562. Okay. Anyway, so I'll just put the message that, hey, I'm in class. In class. Wow, I'm doing that online. Seriously. Okay, guys, so what's going on here? Now, first of all, my logic of teaching is that since it's a IT field, it's a practical field, right? So IT is a practical field. It's not like theory, blah 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 blah. This is this, this is that, this is it. Okay, bye bye. So it is all about doing. So Samir says, is recording started? So thank you for reminding that. Yes, it is. Thank you, sir. So IT is a practical field. So this means all IT courses should be hands-on, right? So this is the only way we learn. So this is like swimming. You want to learn swimming, so you need to get in the water and move your hands. So you want to learn how to drive a car, so you need to get in the car and start driving. First learn the basics and then start driving, right? So you have to do it as well to learn it. So that's my concept as well, that all IT courses should be hands-on, step by step, in depth, labs. So there should be all kinds of labs there that you should be going to, right? So doing as well. So that's my concept, that you should be learning by doing it. So that's why you will see so many labs here. In fact, the whole 4 hours will be lab, lab, lab. Obviously, the theory, without theory, how can we understand what we're doing, right? So, but after that, it's intense labs, 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 labs. So, what we need to do with the cloud courses, obviously, there will be a lot of theory, but we will do a lot of hands-on labs. If I was your swimming instructor, so then on first day, I will just take you beside the swimming pool, throw you there, and hey, this is how water feels, right? So now there are 4 courses that we're going to be trying to understand and learn here, and those are okay, guys, I need to mute everyone, because okay, so there are 4 courses, and what are those 4 courses from AWS? AWS offers many courses, but which one are we going for, right? So this is AWS Solutions Architect Associate. AWS Solutions Architect Associate. Now this is this is tough, right? So we see the word architect here, but you have to know pretty much a lot of their services, and the way we know it, we implement those services. We go through the labs of each of those services to really understand how these services work, what are the concepts behind that, and how these services work. So this is the that's the first one in our 4-in-1 course. Now, second thing is that Azure. So the first one is obviously from Amazon, and Amazon is the top cloud provider, right? So because of that, top cloud provider. So there are so many jobs there. My brother in Canada. Oh, sorry, I'm in Canada, right? My brother in Australia. So if he was saying that, he would say my brother in Canada. But okay. Anyway, so my brother in Australia, he's saying that Azure is not there. I mean, like there are more. All the jobs are for AWS there in Australia, right? So, but here in the Canadian market, well, in North American market, we can say Canada and US. Uh, there are more jobs for Azure and also jobs for AWS. So my recommendation is that you must be certified. Not only certified, you need to really understand AWS and Azure in depth. But now you're going to see that so many companies are going for Google Cloud Platform as well. But if you understand AWS and Azure in depth, trying to know any other cloud platform will be much easier for you. You'll be very confident on that. Okay, some students are still asking for links here, so I'll just put those links, and you can hear that. Dun, dun. Okay, so okay, there. What I'm trying to say here is the second one is Microsoft Azure Administrator course, right? So that is well, AZ-103 was its name, and now it is AZ-104. No significant changes in the concepts, topics, labs, but they've upgraded the name just because they were revamping or all the certifications. MCSA is actually being discontinued now, right? So till January 2021, you can give MCSA 2016 exam, but after that it's all cloud, it's all Azure. Then Google Cloud Platform, and then Oracle Cloud. Now, why did I add Oracle Cloud? There are many others actually instead of Oracle, but Oracle Cloud is also gaining some momentum in the Canadian market and all around the world as well. So that's why once you know AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, any other cloud is like you can just self-run easily, right? So what we need to understand here is that when we say cloud course 4-in-1, so that's a full separate course and all its topics with in-depth labs step by step. Those are included. Then for Microsoft Azure Administrator, AZ-103, which is now AZ-104. So I should be saying that now AZ-104. So now this is, we say, top cloud provider, and then the second best in the market, and growing fast. So we can say in the market, and market share is increasing for Google Cloud as well. So by 2022, 83% of the planet Earth's companies would have gone to the cloud, partially or fully. So they are all going to the cloud. Now, when we say going to the cloud, oops, sorry, there was somebody adding. So, all companies are going towards cloud, so they really need your skills, right? And those skills are the ones that we're going to be practicing really hard with hands-on labs and step-by-step in-depth labs there. So pretty hands-on. So these are the 4 courses that we're going to be covering, and it's going to be tough covering all those. Normally when I start a course, so then I don't see, I'm not in a rush, right? Maybe it would take like normally a typical course would take like 40 hours, 40, but it's going to be 60 plus hours. So whenever we are done with the labs, wow, have you ever seen a teacher doing that? Okay. So because I don't have to follow any college's time, it's just my own online school that I've opened. So I can go as long as I want, right? So no pressure. But the thing is, we get to learn a lot from here, and it I would really require your commitment to excellence as well, because eyes should be on the prize here, right? So eyes on the prize. Okay, first of all, the spellings of eyes. Okay, eyes on the prize. So what is the prize here? It's, well, in a Canadian market, if you're there, so it's we could start with 25 per hour, up to like 60 per hour jobs. 60 per hour jobs. So if you are kind of beginner, or you don't have extensive experience in the IT infrastructure, and then especially clouds, and then maybe 25 as a starter, then 30 per hour, for 40 per hour, 45 per hour. You could go that way, right? But two of my students who got the job, well, they had extensive previous experience and they got 60 per hour job as well. So it's not a myth. When I used to mention that 60 per hour job is possibility, I was also thinking myself, who gets 60 per hour nowadays? But there were two students who had extensive experience. They did the cloud course with me, VMware course, and Office 365. These three I was recommending to everyone, that your resume must have these three courses. Actually, AWS Azure should be there. It's going to be four courses then. AWS Azure must be there, must. Then VMware, VCP 6.7, 6.5, whichever, must be there in your resume. And then Office 365 is really getting in the market. After COVID-19 pandemic, now it's even more crucial. Microsoft got overloaded with so many millions of more customers there, paid customers there. So they really need you to know Office 365 skills as well. Now that course is going on Tuesdays and Thursdays, while this is starting Wednesdays and Fridays now. Okay. So what we yeah, Oracle is there. So Oracle Cloud. And now what I'm trying to say here is that we need to see what is the market, where is the market going with that, why these courses are so critical nowadays to get the certification of. So for that, I have some calculations then there. And that's how AWS looks like. But what I wanted to go for, okay, then there's an introduction. I did that already. And topping certifications of 2020. So yeah, Oracle is also there. So topping certifications would be, it says now, I was also amazed that Google Cloud is on the top in 2020, with the $175,000 per year, and AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate, which we are going to start this course with, is still on the first top five since 2016, 2017, 2018, 2017. So 2017 top 5, 2018 top 5, 2019, and now 2020. AWS still makes to the top 5 certifications there, right? But you can see the salary structure there. That's obviously, if you have a lot of infrastructure experience as well, then we're talking about that kind of salary. So, but even if you are starting this, you would know that you would go for, at least, still the salary would be better, even for starters. If you're good in what you do, if you really work hard, if you understand all the concepts, yes, there are jobs out there. So you can see that AWS and Google Cloud are the toppers. Azure, pretty much, so many are doing AWS Azure, Google Cloud, AWS Azure, Google Cloud, and others, or Office 365. So, but you can see Azure here on 11th, Microsoft Azure Fundamentals and Administrator Associate. This is a course that we're going to start in GTA market, in this Greater Toronto area here. And there are some who are connecting from other countries as well. So in your market as well, if you check it out, so you can go to the recruiter sites, the job sites, and you can type Microsoft Azure, and you would see a lot of jobs. So normally I do that a lot as well. that I go to on day one. I go to the recruiter site just to check that, hey, the courses that we're trying to start, are there any jobs for that? So if you go for the one of the most famous ones, that would be Indeed.com, right? So Indeed.com, and yeah, they're going for the movement here. So anyway, the thing is that Indeed.com will, I think maybe in other countries also, this is the one. Otherwise, in other countries there would be other recruiter sites. There's Monster.ca. I receive a lot of calls from there for jobs as well. Here I am putting here GTA, which is Greater Toronto Area, which is my area, right? So where many of us are coming from. And then there's AWS Solutions Architect, or just AWS if you enter in GTA market. So then the jobs start, and some of them really need the people with the right skills so much that they are even putting 40, 50 per hour. And then managed services NOC or not team supervisor in Toronto. Then this is in Toronto. And then junior database administrator. So these jobs came up because of the AWS mentioned there. But there are obviously a lot of other skills involved. It's just not just AWS. So any one of you who has in mind, oh, if I just go for um, AWS, Azure, GCP, so will I get a very good job right after this course? Will there be a red carpet waiting for me when I am trying to enter the company's building, and outside there will be a limo waiting for me, and there will be a red carpet for me right after this course? Will I get a job? So if you're thinking that, please don't. So let's stick to the reality here, right? The reality is, and the reality is that it's always a combination of skills and experience, right? So we have to be straightforward, we have to be true to each other. And I should not be telling you, yes, right after this course your market value will increase and you will get like 60 per hour or 50 per hour. Wow. So just let's just be realistic here. No, you will not get a job after right after this. When you complete this course, they will see in your resume what other combination of skills you have, and what is the overall experience in the companies you have. So they're going to see that in the market, right? So be true to yourself. There is no shortcut to good jobs. It's always you have to struggle. And those who have struggled, and some have struggled really really hard, and now they are earning good money. It's not like you got graduated and that's and you got that job right away. It never happened to anyone, or maybe to few, or if you have rich uncle. Yeah. So the reality is it has to be a combination of skills, right? So that's where I talk about that, what kind of skills that you should have with the cloud skills that would get you a better job, or the recruiters will at least call you, right? So if I keep going down here, these are companies after, and that's just one page for AWS, then second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page. These are all companies that came up because I typed the word AWS, right? So if I go for Azure, I'm looking in my market right now, but you should be looking, suppose you're from US, you can look in your market, and I know your market as well. In Australia or in Europe and in other countries, AWS, Azure are on the top here. So if I just put Azure here, so there will be jobs for that. And they're clearly saying, some of the companies are saying, hey, just we need good administrators there, or software developers, and there are jobs in Mississauga, in Markham, and many of them are giving the salary structure as well. Normally they don't. So any one of those. So when I go to any of those jobs here, obviously if I click the cloud engineer, so on the right side, they would have mentioned Azure, but that's not only the thing they are mentioning. They would be going for many other skills as well. So AWS and VPN connectivity, you should know some network infrastructure. So every company has different vendors, different tools, different machines, different technologies. So they would need you to be an expert in at least few of them, right? So if not all. So and that's where you have to. That's why I'm saying that you have to have multiple skills ready for applying to any of the jobs that are paying 30, for 35, 40, 45 per hours, right? So these are all the companies that came up when I put Azure here. So yes, there are many jobs. As far as this is concerned, there are many jobs that include Azure, that include AWS, and this is my area, Greater Toronto area. If you're in Ottawa, you can just check it out. That many or even more jobs are there. So the thing is that yes, market really has a lot of jobs, but then do you have those combination of skills that are required in the market? So that's where I then go for such discussion about what kind of courses that we should be doing. So there are so many different certifications. Then what set of certifications should I go for in order to get a 25 per hour up to 60 per hour job? So there are some recommendations here. Now I did not include here network certifications like Cisco certifications other than the CCNA, because I'm on the system administration side or application side. But if you're a programmer, you would see some programming certifications there. If you're a So overall, what is my field I'm recommending? I'm just offering that there. Suppose you don't have programming background, so this is for you. Suppose you don't have networking background, or you're not interested in going for CCNP, CCIE, Palo Alto, so then this is for you, right? But even if you've got Cisco's highest certification, which is CCIE, right? That's a PhD of Cisco, right? So even then, so I had in my class, in my VMware class, in my AWS and Azure class, CCIEs as well coming. They were saying in the project, they're asking me, and they're asking us for AWS and Azure cloud, and they were asking us about VMware. So that's why we're here. Otherwise, I was thinking that hey, CCIEs would not need these, but yes, they also need virtualization. Need to learn virtualization. They need to learn cloud, right? So definitely, we all have to go for it, because every person in IT on planet Earth is actually going for it now. So better earlier, better sooner than next year. Oh, I will do it next year. No, no, no. After 2 years, maybe. By that time, pretty much everyone will be cloud expert, and then good luck looking for a job. So sooner the better is always the plan here. Now, what are the recommendations or combination of skills that you should have in order to apply for a job in the market? So normally MCSA 2016, that gives you an idea about Microsoft Active Directory and all the other roles, failover clustering, Microsoft Hyper-V. That's a really good virtualization solution. So it's must have, but until uh, Jan 2021, some people are still giving these certifications, because many companies still have their own data centers, and they have this Microsoft operating system based virtual machines there. So they would want you to know detail about operating system if it goes down. So how do you really get it up and running? Then there's that one certification of Exchange server. That used to be the case. Now there is 2016 here, and so 2016. But more I would go for is better go for Office 365, because it is Office 65, right? So Office 65 has a lot of software now. So this would be kind of invalid to go for just Exchange 2013, 2016. In fact, because Exchange is an email system, and every company has that. So, and pretty much they all have Exchange, they have Exchange Online, right? So that's why you should know Office 365. And what are the applications inside? There are core applications inside, which Exchange Online is in the, this is part of Office 365. Exchange Online, that's a separate course as well, but it's part of the exercise. Then there is SharePoint Online, and there is Teams Online. Now this is for meetings and conferences, so that is also very important. And then OneDrive and Azure Active Directory. So all these are there. So that's why Office 365 is a must have course. Okay, so there's a question from Eddie here. Office 365 is now being phased out. Microsoft 365 is what clients are now migrating to exactly. So it was used to be called Office 365, exactly as you pointed out here. It is now called no, uh, it is now called Microsoft 365. So when I say it is now called, so they are changing the name. There is, Microsoft 365 is, yes, it's evolving. It has a lot of newer features as well, but they're just simply changing the name Office 365 to Microsoft 365. Office 365 used to have Sky for Business, so many are migrating to Teams now for meetings and conferences. And yes, the name is changing. They're in fact changed already. Microsoft 365 is the main name, and thank you for that correction. So, and it has Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, Teams Online. The course where we're going on right now on in the other days, we have already completed Exchange Online, all the features, and we are on SharePoint Online. We have already also completed Azure Active Directory features there. So lots of features that are required now nowadays in many companies. They need you to know how email system should be properly secured and regulated, how the collaboration and intranet should be collaborated or configured securely, and then Teams, how meetings and conferences and collaboration of projects can be done on Teams. So this is a really must-have certification. And then there's that SCCM. This is really popular with system administrations in large companies, that you are supposed to configure um, SCCM, System Center Configuration Manager, and that is you can just make changes in thousands of machines, thousands of tablets in one go from one server. So it's good to have after you have done must have. Now this is another must have certification, VMware VCP 6.5, because now this is not cloud. This is companies' data centers have 85% of the company's data centers have VMware virtualization. So many of you might know that, and some of you might not know that. So you must have this configuration. So last year, this cloud 4-in-1 course was there, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. So the students who passed that course and they did the certifications as well, one of the students was telling me that he went to the market, and there were some he got some interview calls. He had some previous experience as well, so he was saying that they were also asking me or him about VMware, a lot of questions about VMware. So and there so the cloud certification, the cloud side was okay, but the companies still have their own data centers, and they want you to know that how to handle the virtualization environment in their company's own data centers, because cloud is Amazon's data center, AWS cloud is Amazon's data centers, Microsoft cloud is Microsoft's data centers. So you need to remotely connect to that. So if the company tells you that hey, can you migrate my virtual machine from VMware to AWS Cloud or Azure Cloud or Google Cloud. So you need to know VMware first in order to migrate it from the Azure AWS Cloud, right? So that's why this is a must-have certification. Do it ASAP. The only problem with this certification is that you have to do it with an authorized VMware college, right? It has to be done with an authorized VMware college. So if you're doing that certification, let me know, and I can refer you to those who are which are authorized VMware colleges. If you already are studying in some college, just make sure that it is an authorized VMware Academy or not. Okay, so this is must have. Then Citrix, if some of you might know that Citrix is application virtualization, and this is also good to have certification after must haves are done. So all large companies have Citrix there, and if you have this certification, your resume is already attractive with VMware and Citrix. VMware is infrastructure virtualization, Citrix is application virtualization, right? Samir is asking a question: can we do it online with VMware Learning Portal? Well, you have to ask the support there, but normally they only accept this with VMware Partner Academy. So, if they're offering that they will accept officially your certification if you go and do it from VMware Learning Portal, and I think you're paying a lot for that, then yes, go for it. Free for 6 months? Are you kidding me? Hey, where's the link? Okay. So yeah, but the thing is that you have to do VMware with the certification, with the online certification. If somebody's offering free, go for it now. So if somebody's offering free, means that you don't have to go to a partner academy. If you can just officially, VMware will recognize your certification if you have done it with a VMware Learning portal. If they are offering free, I would suggest go for it, man. Okay. Anyway, so then we're talking about ITIL. ITIL is change management, and you should do that. If not, companies will make you do that, right? So ITIL, it's all about change management, and they really appreciate if you have done this certification, and it's in your on your resume here. Then there is that CCNA, and at least minimum you should be CCNA. If you're not, if you have not done CCNA once, because it expires and you have to upgrade it, right? Even if it is expired, it's okay for you. Like you can just review the topics and put it on your resume. But if you haven't done it, then you must do it ASAP, as soon as possible, right? The CCNA. So if you go for CCNP, that's even better. With these combination and CCNA, CCNP, wow. Then there's RHCSA, Red Hat certified. Either you know this operating system very well, or you know that operating system very well. MCSA, Microsoft, or Linux. Better know both, but anyone, you should be expert in that, because in AWS, when you create virtual machines, inside you have to either create a Windows operating system install, or you will use a image having Linux. More Linux is there because it uses less resources for its own running. So if you are an expert in Windows environment, you must still know some of Linux as well, right? So again, multiple skills. Okay, so Mohammed Awa is saying that please send to us the link as well, Samir. Okay, thank you, Samir, for that. And then there is a security course. If you know, your resume should have at least one security course. Either you go for, these are tough ones. CISSP is a security course. CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker, is a secure course. Otherwise, you can go for Azure Security or AWS Security Specialty course. But any one course that has the word security or is related to security should be in your resume, because nowadays this is so critical. Now, I keep giving interviews throughout the year as well, and while I'm teaching and doing contracts. So in the interviews where I'm expecting that, okay, they're gonna ask for AWS and Azure questions, they then start asking mainly about the security of Azure and security of AWS. So, and before, I used to get caught by surprise that, oh, whoa, well, I didn't think that they were going to go in depth with the AWS security course or security topics there. But if you say that you are AWS and Azure certified, then you should know the security of these. So do any one of the security certifications out of the, well, I just mentioned four. There are maybe 30, 40 certifications out there. Do at least one security certification, so companies would know, yes, you are security, the security awareness is there, and you're conscious about the company's main concerns, and those are that how secure is our environment in the cloud, right? So one of the security certifications, either even CompTIA is offering CompTIA Security Plus, right? That is supposed to be vendor neutral certification, Security Plus. Even if you go for that, the word security is there. So the thing is that you're security conscious. That's what you need to show in the resume, right? And then one cloud certification. Okay, that's very very wrong. So it's multiple. I would just go for multiple. Sooner you are cloud certified in minimum AWS and Azure, minimum. This is like you have to do it ASAP. As soon as possible, go for AWS and Azure certifications, and that's why any one is not acceptable now. One from AWS, one from Azure, but there are more Azure jobs in our market here in Canadian and US market. More Azure jobs are there, but AWS and Azure, go multi-vendor, and cover more vendors in your resume, and go for AWS and Azure jobs, and Azure certification. So these two certifications are must-have. So when I say private cloud, that's not private cloud, that's public. Okay, so Microsoft Public Cloud, Azure Cloud, and that is Azure AZ104. So these certifications are must-have wherever on planet Earth you are. If you are certified with these, you can get a job online anywhere, and people are connected and doing jobs from different countries into different countries. So this is very common now. So these two are must-haves. At the end of this course, I expect you to do these certifications. I'll be giving you sample internet questions, and you must finish those certifications. You must do it. If you delay it, it's a complete waste of time that you would do if you delay those certifications now, right? So that's where this is the combination. So must haves I've put in front of you, and those certifications, at least one of those should be there. So one of the securities also must have, and this is like choose anyone, seriously. And I should just put here must have must have, right? So it's not just must have, it's must have, right? Okay, so it's that importante, right? Mucho. So as Spanish accent would say, mucho importante, right? So that's really important. Okay, so we talked about these certifications, and day one is always a career day. I do talk about this a lot. And then there are things that I say. So eyes on the prize, and that is if you've gone for. So what I would say, if I can give you 3 or 4 certifications that you should do first, and then go for the rest. So those would be AWS, Azure, VMware, and Office 365. These 4 certifications must be there in your resume as soon as possible. So any one of those are there, then go for the other one, right? Any material you need, I have all the material, and I have interview questions. So I will provide certification sample questions, and when you're going for interview, so interview questions as well. What are the interview questions that can come, right? And obviously there are so many Office 5 exams. Yes, so there are so many Office 65 exams right now. You can go for the core Office 65 exams. There are 2, and then there is Exchange Online separate exam. There is Teams separate exam. There is SharePoint separate exam. So better go for Office 65 core that talks about identity and security, right? So yeah, Teams is MS300. So Ada, you have done your work research. That's very good. Cool. So hopefully you're going for this now, and so that's very good. And the thing is that yes, if your resume has Office 365 related exams, so this would be a core certification combination there that I would go I would recommend. That VMware 6.7 is in the market now, but you can go for 6.5 or 6.7. So that would be and Office 5 and AWS Azure, right? So solutions architect here, because they have a lot of certifications, architect, and Azure minimum you must do administrator. This is the administrator is one of the toughest course with Azure, so that's why I included this one. There were some simpler courses as well there, and the good thing is this Azure AZ104 certification that we will do, it will automatically prepare you for the next Azure Architect certification as well, because 70% of the Azure Architect topics strangely are from also in AZ104 Administrator. So if you're preparing for Azure Administrator, you can also prepare for Azure Architect and go for the certifications. Also, when we talk about Azure, so there's AZ 500, which is Azure Security. So Azure has 3 exams. there. But first of all, go for one AWS, one Azure, and one VMware and one Office 365. So these will be 4 different products that pretty much every company has, right? But once you go for that, companies also ask for, hey, did you do Azure Architect and did you do Azure Security? If you go for 3 Azures as well later, that would be good as well. But go for the 4 different topics. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Then, what about Google Cloud? Yes, I haven't mentioned that. What I'm saying is must. That don't waste any more time. Do these 2 certifications as soon as possible. After you're done with this combination here of AWS Azure, VMware Office 365, then go for Google Cloud as well. Oracle Cloud is just for practice. Okay, so once you're done with these 3, actually you don't need another cloud, but yeah, we're gonna still walk through. Hey, this is Oracle Cloud. Virtual machines start here like this. Storage is like this. Database is like this. Network is like this, right? So, but these 3 guys, these 3 you really need to know in depth, especially these 2. Okay, I'm going to do right. So, okay, guys. So I just can't stress enough the importance of AWS Azure certifications. So at the end of this course, even at the when we are about to end, or even in the mid of the course, student starts preparing for the certification. So yes, go for it aggressively and do those certifications. You must. Otherwise, if you waste time, others are already doing these certifications. So you will be then wondering, oh man, now everyone is at AWS Azure certified. So I've done it too late, while everyone is getting those job opportunities that are coming your way, right? So make sure you are getting those certifications, right? So when we talk about this, career talk, we've done the career talk and importance of certifications in the market, and which combination is the best. So you have a plan here. Are you willing to give your 200% now to do these certifications? 100% is unacceptable. It has to be 200%, not 100%. So this means that you have to really, really work hard, guys, to do those certifications. If you give your 200% now for these certifications, then you get a good job and enjoy the rest of your life. Now is the time to really, really work hard, right? And then reap the rewards later. There have been some students who have been coming and doing some courses in college where I teach. So the student at the start, it was like student was really simplest, and then later the sheer hard work. The main thing was that the student really did a lot of hard work, and that student is now a contractor. And when he joined a year ago, I had no idea. I was thinking, oh man, this poor guy joined our courses, and how would he survive even? So, sir, what is Windows? He was asking like this. Now he's a contractor. The only thing is, he worked like sometimes he would be repeating the labs 18 hours per day, right? So that's where it all comes. So yeah, Mohammed Jaffrey is. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, okay. I think somebody took my presenter. You're not a presenter. Hey, how is it even possible? So I took it and I actually gave it. So the presenter view. Okay, I'll just take it back. So yeah, what I was saying was so interviews, and yeah, there was a question here by Mohammed Jaffrey. Yeah, are you going to provide dumps? So yes, we call it sample questions. And yes, we will be providing sample questions. So there's another question. Arsan is saying that, sir, I am showing as a owner. Yes, you are the owner of this joint, so it's okay. Enjoy the ownership, man. So it's okay. I'll let you know about this later. Oh, Shamsullah, can you please not take over the presenter role by mistake? I know this is by mistake. It's okay. So
Sorry about
no
that.
problem. It's okay. So yeah, but if you want to present something, you're most welcome. It's okay. I'll be listening.
No.
Just can I ask question, Professor?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so regarding for those the courses, yeah, cloud, AWS cloud and Google. So, do you provide any sample test, and could you please talk more about the percentage to pass the course and some information like that, please?
Oh yeah, that's where I'm going now. What are the topics in the course, and how much the exam would be? And so the first, the question answer to the first question is that yes, I do provide the sample questions, and again, okay, so there's that. Well, there's a very critical question that is one user is asking again and again, and that is, sir, can you change my name on the chat because he's showing as owner, and he's really disturbed by that. So knowing that this question will keep on coming back. So yes, we're going to be talking about now the course. Oh, actually, I can't. Sorry, owner, I can't change that name because you're so annoyed by this name. So I'll be enjoying saying that. Hey, owner, how are you, owner? So just kidding. Okay, no, he's my friend. So okay, guys. Now, yes, about the course. Let's just go for AWS certifications first. So first is the again, this is four in one, right? So four courses in one course. So first is a AWS Solutions Architect Associate. Now, how many courses are there? Uh, so I'm just gonna go down here and start telling. Wow, there's a lot of slides there. So there is a set of certifications from AWS. Now, AWS is the top cloud provider, right? So it has offered a lot of certifications here. We are at this stage, so let me just make it. Let me draw on that, and so there's we are here, associate, and we are trying to do this certification here, right? So AWS Certified Solutions Architect, and that's a top one. So, but you can go for foundational AWS certifications as well, which are ending with practitioner. Now that is, yeah, I mean, like if you're not up to the challenge here for this one, because majority of the jobs are here on AWS Solutions Architect Associate, and then the next one is AWS Certified SysOps Administrator Associate. Very soon I'll be offering this course as well. It's much tougher than this one, but yes, this just shows or what kind of services and products are there. If my picture is not moving, this is because of this drawing that I'm doing, or the video is not moving, right? So the thing is that AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate, this is where we are. And if you want to do the practitioner certifications as well, this is, well, it's up to you. But after doing such hands-on, in-depth labs of AWS, it is better. Then this one would be much easier for you to go for practitioner certification. If you're not going for AWS certified, so at least go for AWS certified practitioner certification, right? So if I am going to talk, let's talk about the other certification. So first of all, we're going to do this AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate. If we go to the certification page of AWS, which I'm going to share in the chat, so you can just copy that from there and see it yourself as well. So AWS certifications, and yeah, there you go. So I'm just going to go to the certification page there, and they actually have the latest ones available. Now, what I showed you in the slide was from the last year, and this is now. And I'm just going to put that page in chat as well, so you could also later. I'm going to create a WhatsApp group where those who choose to continue with the course and start this four-in-one course, I'll be creating your group there and Google group, and I'll give you access to LMS as well, which is okay. So I'll be giving you a link to the learning management system, which is by the name of Amir's Online IT School. So there, all the courses are showing here. So anyway, I'll be creating a course here for you, and all the slides and everything will be there. Right now we're talking about this. So this is the certification associate, 1 year of experience. So what they say is 1 year of experience solving problems and implementing solutions using the AWS cloud. So you should be doing the certification if you have 1 year of experience, but majority or pretty much all of the time, those students come to do certifications who have no experience or very less experience. So that's why we're going to go in depth with all the labs there to get that experience even in while we're doing the course. So this is the solutions architect, but now you can see that there's one practitioner exam instead of 5 cloud practitioner exams. There's only one, right? So this is one you can do, or better go for this AWS certified solution architect, because I'm gonna prepare you for that. So then we can go for sysops administrator, which is operations, or DevOps as well. Actually, DevOps is this one. So, and then you can see security certifications are for AWS, advanced networking certification if you are into Cisco and Palo Alto and all these networking, Alexa skills, machine learning skills, data analytics, and databases. So what I would recommend is go for this in AWS. And if you're into AWS purely, then SysOp is the next one, and AWS certified security is the third one. So I'm going to click that AWS certified solutions, and this is the page for that. And did I click solutions? Okay, preparing to take the AWS certified sysops administrator associate certification exam. Okay, so this is SAAC01. This was actually SAAC01, and now it is changing also to SAAC02, and we're going to be covering the material of SAAC02, the new exam here, right? And if you go for the exam details, so this is multiple choice and multiple answers. That's it. There's no lab there. And there's associate here, and testing center or online proctored. You can go for, you will give it at home. So many students have given it at home. 130 minutes to complete the exam, $150, and available in different languages. Okay, so this is the detail on this page. So I'm just gonna put this page link here as well. This is a solutions architect. This is the exact the first course starts with AWS. We learn it because it's the top cloud service provider, so we're going to go with the best first, right? So I'm going to be putting this link here. So AWS solutions architect associate, and yeah, so I'll be putting that link on LMS. When I give you access to the LMS, then you can just access this as well. Okay, so the exam topics. What are the exam topics there that we need to talk about? Then we're gonna go for Azure. Then we're gonna go for Google Cloud as well, right? So there's that. Now they are not very specific. Now when you go to Azure exam, it will be very specific about the topics. This is not very specific. It's just giving you an overall idea about the domain, like the what kind of major topics will be covered. So recommended knowledge and experience. So first of all, abilities validated by the certification effectively demonstrate knowledge of how to architect and deploy secure and robust applications on AWS technologies, and then define a solution using architectural design principles based on customer requirements. So the customer says, hey, I want a storage of 10 terabyte, and I want in network, I need to create 2 subnets. One subnet would be a database subnet, and other would be the front end subnet. So how can I create that? And I also need to create 500 users for that. So you need to then be architecting that in AWS for the customer. Oh, you need two subnets, so one for databases and one for front end application. Second for, and you need 10 terabyte storage there. Yes, I can create that very securely, and then connect your company to that storage. And then there is that how many users you want to create? Oh, 500. Okay, let me create those. And so you're going to be architecting all the services. So we need to know what services are available. Now the 4 major categories of each cloud certifications are in AWS, in Azure, in Google Cloud, and in Oracle. We will be learning, first of all, identity, and that is how to users, groups, permissions, roles. So these would be the topics. Then second would be compute. So that means that the virtual machines that we create, and then how much CPU you want to give, or processor, how much RAM you want to give, how much storage, hard disk, SSD you want to give, and how much of network card, and redundancy also, redundancy, backup. So that's a lot of topics that we will be talking about. So there's a question from Mohammad Awad. What is the prerequisite of AWS architect? So Mohammad Awad, there's no prerequisite for that. Uh, in terms of officially you want to give the exam, they will not ask you for any prerequisite. You can just register for the exam and give the exam. In terms of should we know something before we even start? Yes, a slight IT experience. If you have done any other certifications, if you have learned IT courses, yes, you're good. There are those who were desktop support guys in many companies. They have done this course, so it's all about dedication and a slight IT experience. But officially, no, there's no prerequisite there. So compute we're gonna learn, and then there is storage for all four cloud platforms, and then networking, networking, and then, well, databases for all. So identity, compute, storage, networking, databases. That's what we're gonna learn for all four cloud certifications, and that's gonna be a lot. You're gonna see labs after labs after labs after labs. But once you go through that, you repeat, repeat, repeat. You will be ready for interview questions and for the job. So it has to be a job-oriented course, and these are the major areas, five categories that we're going to go through for each cloud, each of the four cloud platforms, right? AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and Oracle. So normally I should be just going for AWS Solutions Architect, and this is tough enough itself, just one course, but we're going to be going for all four courses. Okay, so that's just be ready for a lot of hard work and repetition of labs. The videos will be recorded for every lab and lecture, so you can repeat it as many times as you want, and then be ready for the exams as well. So exam questions, interview questions, all will be provided to you. So if I go to that page now, is there a mainly just talking about overall that you have to architect the solution for the customer, but then they also give you the exam guide here, and then there are sample questions. So if I go for the download the exam guide on this page, I've given that link already on the chat. So I'm just going to click that download the exam guide SAAC02 here, and it goes for then recommended AWS knowledge, 1 year of hands-on experience. Okay, hands-on experience using compute, networking, storage, database. That's the four categories I was talking about, actually five. So, and then hands-on experience with AWS deployment and management. That comes in compute, network, storage. How do you create virtual machines? How do you create networks? How do you create storage? How do you create databases? So we're going to create all. We're going to understand the concepts of all the services that are offered in the background. Ability to identify and define technical requirements for AWS based application. So what are the technical requirements of creating a network, storage, database, and then AWS services meet a given technical requirement. So you have to give a solution. You're a solutions architect, right? So the client asks any type of solution. If you know these services, compute, networking, storage, and database, then yes, you will be able to give a solution to the client. So, and the basic architectural principles of AWS, global infrastructure of AWS, network technologies of AWS, and security features. So that's a separate line here, security features. Yes, once you have learned inside out of this system, AWS, according to the exam objectives of solutions architect, then you must understand security of that as well. So it's just this document is showing you everything here. And within the exam, 30% of the questions will come for design resilient architectures, then design high performing architectures, then design secure applications and architectures, and design cost optimized architecture. So the main thing it's talking about design, but you will see how hands on we're going to go to implement those technologies to understand them inside out after that, right? So the more you understand, then the better you will go ahead. Now there's that all in all four domains. It's just then going for multi-tier architecture solution, high availability, and fault tolerant architectures. Anyone knows what's the difference between high availability and fault tolerance? Anyone knows what's the difference between high availability and fault tolerance?
Uh, you need answer or?
Yeah.
Yeah, high fault tolerance mean like redundancy. If something fail, the another one it take over. Like 2D HTTP server, UPS, uh, like that. So this fault tolerance and the high availability mean the data will be available in case if the server is down, like you have domain controller, two domains. So one domain is down, another one domain is still running and provides services. So or the backup as well. So this is what I know. I don't know.
Very good, man. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So definitely, fault tolerance is just failing over it from active to passive, and high availability. The service is just highly available even if the disaster strikes. So thank you for that. And decoupling mechanisms using AWS services. So how do you really collect and create all the services? How much CPU? How much RAM? How much of everything? Appropriate resilient storage. So the storage should be, suppose there's a storage here that is in East US region. So you want to create that storage in Europe as well. So there's that EU region. Now there's terminology called region, there's terminology called availability zone, and there's terminology called data centers. We're going to talk about that too. But suppose you have data centers of Amazon in North America, in East US region, and then there is EU. So when you upload your data here to this, so that data would be you can do cross region replication, and that data's copy will be created in European region, or maybe in Singapore region, or maybe in Canada and US. You can just create those data centers. So you want to make resilient storage, just means that that storage is available in multiple data centers across different continents. So we're going to configure that all when we are going for the labs there as well. So they're elastic and scalable compute solutions for a workload. A virtual machine that is started, that virtual machine's copy could be created in another data center as well. Suppose there's one virtual machine here, and then there's one virtual machine here in another. So this is one data center. This is not domain controller. This is data center. And so DC1 and DC2. So this virtual machine is the active machine as we discussed, and this virtual machine is the passive or standby machine. And whatever's happening, so all end users always connect to the active machine, and the whatever changes are happening here are done on passive machine. They're copied on passive machine. If the active machine goes down, the passive machine becomes active, right? So, and all the end users are connected to this machine because it's the new active machine, right? So that's where compute. So does cloud offer this, and how in depth is the redundancy that's going to be available or being offered by the cloud? So that's why we're going to go in depth with compute or virtual machines related redundancy, storage related redundancy. That how can we save clients' data, critical data, on different the different data centers there. So that's where applications and architectures. Then there's access to AWS resources, application tiers, and security options. So it goes on and on with 4 domains. So we're going to be covering all that according to the exam objectives. There is a book there that is recommended, AWS Solutions Architect Associate Study Guide. That is called Study Guide, right? Now I have to pay attention to a chat here. I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay. So as your girl doesn't run. Okay. You can't hear. Audio is not clear. So guys, are you able to hear my audio? I think everyone is able to hear my audio. So
Yes, I can.
oh, okay. So
Clear.
oh, okay. So audio is clear for everyone. For all others, audio is clear. I'm just gonna. I just put it to one student here, and she has not been able to hear that. Wow. Here, right now, what I was saying, yeah, the study guide here. So you would go for the study guide for SAA CO2, which is the latest one, and that would be in on Amazon itself, obviously. So prepare for AWS certification. If I go to this link, and okay, so I should have gone for Amazon.com, where it is selling this book. Okay, I'll just go here. So guys, you just need to purchase that book from Amazon.com. It's Canadian stock, seriously. Okay, where's Amazon.com? I'll just go for Amazon.com. All right. So there, yeah, study guide. So that is SAACO1. So this would be obviously you would go for SAACO2, and that would be the other one. But just make sure that you got the new one and not the old one. But SAACO2 would be released soon, or hopefully it is released, but we need to just check it out if it is released. This is the earlier one, and customers who buy this solutions architect, it was being released, but I just forgot that when it is actually being the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Practice Test Practitioner. Oh, so advanced networking. Wow. So yeah, whenever SAA2. Otherwise, there's not a very big difference if you want to go for that. So we're going to be following all these topics that are mentioned in the book, and that is what I would do. So just make sure that it is not CO1, it is 2, and that's the new one, right? So go for that new one. So in fact, if I just type here, is the 2 released or not? So to last course when I was going for, nope, no, SACO2, but that's not from Amazon, but from others also, which is also, and that's practice exam questions only. Okay, so anyway, if you see that, you can just share with everyone that Amazon has released a new study guide, but it was not due soon. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and check it out. So I was talking about this study guide. That's one thing, and the topics there. Now this is Solutions Architect Associate. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start this course on Friday. This Friday, we're gonna create a free account with 1 year. It's a free trial for 1 year we're going to create that account. It would require that you add your credit card there in AWS, and they just want to know you are who you say you are. And then we're going to, and if you strictly follow my advice, you won't be charged even a cent. Otherwise, it will be a little difficult if you are not willing to create that account. But for learning, always have no fear. And second thing is, guys, these guys are very professional. When we create a free 1 year AWS account, so suppose you are charged 2 cents or 3 cents or 10 cents there, then they reimburse even the last cent, that even if there's 1 cent, and you say that, hey, I was just practicing, and it's a trial account, please reimburse, and they reimburse even 1 cent, right? But even if they have charged you something, and you get in return, you get, suppose they charge you like 20 cents, and you get a 35 per hour job, so don't worry about the 2 cents or 3 cents or $1, right? So but they reimburse pretty much everything. So and the way we're going to do that, you won't be charged. So the thing is, first remove that fear that, oh, what will happen, oh, if you have fear, you will never ever learn. And you have to be fearless to learn advanced skills. And I'm ready to work hard with you to teach you all the advanced skills here, right? So the thing is, remove the fear first. And those who have removed it, they have gone through so many advanced labs, and now some of them are doing earning very good salaries now. So we're going to be creating. Okay, so at the end of this, at the end of this today, the class, I'll be asking you, or those who are deciding to continue, to create a free 1 year free tier account for AWS. So we will be creating for AWS free tier. So that said, so we will be creating a free 1 year AWS user account, right? The thing is that do not, then I'm just saying one more thing, do not create a free Azure account because it is only for 30 days for the critical services. So they will deceive you. Microsoft will deceive you. Microsoft is a $1 billion company. There must be some reason that. Okay, they will deceive you into convincing you into that hey, it is 1 year services like others. No, they are 30 days. So do not create a Azure account. If you have already created an Azure account, so that's once in life. This means that if you have once created that, so you have given your full name, your credit card number, your phone number, your email, and well, your address. So address doesn't matter. But if you create another Azure account with this same information, they will detect you and they will not let you create another one for life. So I'm using my pay-as-you-go account for last 4 years, and the way we do the lab, I haven't been charged yet. Well, if I was charged, it was because I wanted to test out some more advanced labs, which we are not going for. So anyway, do not create a free Azure account. Only you will be creating first free AWS account. And AWS is very generous. You can even create 2 accounts, 3 accounts, 4 accounts, 5 accounts, free 1 year, 5 different. It has to be a different credit card and different email. That's all. Otherwise, yeah, you can create another. Even same credit card but different email. That's all. So they let you create as many 1 year accounts. AWS, Azure, no way. Don't create that. So when we start that Azure course, then only we create. Then I will ask you, hey, one day before or one night before that Azure course start date, one night before, just create that Azure account, right? Otherwise, don't do it. If you've already done it, then just convert it to pay as you go. And Google Cloud, they also offer 1 year, the real 1 year free tier account. So which means that you can test in that. Oracle also offers 1 year account. So, and when we say Oracle, this is not Oracle database, obviously. This is Oracle IaaS, which is infrastructure as a service. That's the type of certification or the cloud we're learning here. I'm going to be talking about that SaaS, IaaS, and pass as well. So the thing is that we're going to be creating that AWS account. Well, I will ask you to create today or before the next class. You need to create that. It's just all about filling the form, and that's it. Then we start on Friday. We get introduction to services of AWS, and then we go for the IAM, which is Identity and Access Management. This is the users and permissions and roles area, right? So, okay, guys. Then we've talked about AWS. If there are any questions about AWS, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to talk about now Azure, the second course that we are thinking of going for, and so that is so the Azure, and in Azure certification, it's going to be AZ103 that we're going to be going for. So I'll just open that Azure certification. Microsoft Certifications Program Paths. And that's the second most important, most critical certification here after AWS. AWS is the top cloud vendor, and then comes Azure, and they have role-based certifications that they're starting. They're also saying, as we continue to grow our Microsoft role-based certification portfolio, all remaining MCSA, MCSD, MCSE certifications and associated exams are scheduled to fully retire on January 31. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's January 31, 2021. So next year, January, they will all be retiring the MCSA, MCSE. But all your, if you've done it already, you're good. You're very good. If you haven't done it, it's better to do at least one exam of MCSA, MCSE. And if you want any resources for that, just email me and I will give you the resources to give at least one exam from MCSA right away. Right? So just remind me, email me or WhatsApp me the, hey, Teach, can you give me MCSA one exam resource, 70-1040? I'll give you that. So, but what we need to do is we need to go for Azure certification. So, job role, technology, certification type, certification level here. So, there's that level and there's that associate written there, right? So, first of all, job role, and there are a lot of job roles. So, I'm gonna go for job role as administrator. So, I'm just gonna put that link here as well. So Mohammed Jafri is saying that, asking how much are we going to spend in AWS. So it will be 8 days, and each day is 4 hours. So any one PhD in maths, please do the 8 times. Uh, but yeah, 32 hours, or sometimes there are labs that need completion and that takes time. Sometimes it becomes 9 days, sometimes it becomes 8 days, and each day is 4 hours, right? So then we're gonna go to the other one and another 7 days for that, or 7 or 8 days, and then we're gonna go for other one. That's Google Cloud is not as long, and Oracle Cloud is not as long. So the main concentration is on AWS and Azure in depth, and Google Cloud would be the main topics there, but not all in depth. And but you would know right away exactly. You just need to know the interface. The same virtual machines, storage, networking, and databases are in all three types of clouds. But we will be going in depth with a lot of features in AWS and Azure. Okay, so Google Cloud and Oracle Cloud would be also labs, but it would be on introductory level. Because you'll be repeating pretty much everything again, but you need to see at least how it looks inside and what is the terminology in Google Cloud and Oracle Cloud. So yeah, it's gonna take 6 or 7 or 8 days, or that's gonna be 32 to 36 hours. Okay, so there's that administrator. I put that link here. Yeah, I put that link, and I'm gonna put that link in the LMS when you get access to LMS. So you will see this link there as well. So Azure AZ-103 administrator certification, right? 103 or 104 actually, certification. So there's not much difference between 103 and 104. So it's just that they had to upgrade the name. So that's the link here that I gave in the chat that you can click here now. And so I'm going to click the administrator in the job role. And then In the technology, it is Azure. And then, well, it comes right away, Azure Certified Azure Administrator Associate. So this is the one exam. So on this page that I copy pasted on your chat, you can see there that administrator is the job role, and then type is Azure. So actually, so Microsoft Certified Azure Administrator Associate, that's what we need to go for. And then we're going to click that, explore this certification. And then if we go there, so it's just saying that first of all, yeah, responsibilities in Azure. So yeah, it's now called just AZ104. So I should stop saying AZ103, because I've been teaching that I've taught that several times. So 103 is hard coded in me, but actually it's AZ104 now. So, but it's the same thing, Azure Administrator. That's it. So, but it's just that it's real tough and in depth. So, earn the certification of Microsoft Certified Azure Administrator Associate. So, skills being measured. The main thing here is uh, manage Azure identities and governance, implement and manage storage, deploy and manage Azure compute resources, that is virtual machines, then virtual networking, how to create networks, and other backup resources. So the main link is this, download certification skills outline. This will explain all those skills there. So I'm just going to click that, and now you can see that it's pretty much topic wise. You can see there it's topic after topic after topic. So how it starts from the top here: manage Azure identities and governance, manage Azure AD objects, Active Directory, and then there's RBAC. Anyone knows what's the Active Directory? Majority of you know that, but anyone can tell me what is Active Directory?
It's simple. It's a database where you can add the users, user credentials. You can make web policies. You can make OU, organization units. So in simple, I can say it's a database.
Okay, exactly. And it offers AAA, which is authentication, authorization, and accounting, exactly as you said, and the rest of the stuff. So,
I also features role like you can define role and features here.
oh yes, exactly. You're right. Okay, thank you for that. And so manage Azure AD objects, then RBAC. This is just to give delegate roles to others for different services. So we're going to create users and groups there, just like in AWS we're going to do that. We're going to do it here as well. But here we're going to do a bigger lab, and that lab would be that we're going to, when we start Azure, we're going to have one virtual machine. Okay, so owner is asking, what is Azure 100, 101, 300, 301? They're all different. Yes, they are all different certification, Arslan. Yeah. So, but Azure has a long list of certifications there, and those are like, we're going to go through that as well, but right now, let's just discuss that, but definitely those are different. So this is one of the most important ones, and this is going to prepare you for the next one as well, which is 300 architect, and that's also in demand in the market. So what we're going to do here is we're going to install our own domain controller when we start the Azure, and in this we're going to install Active Directory here, and then we're going to create here some users, maybe 390 users. I have a script that only creates 390 users, otherwise you can create 300,000 users as well if you want. Active Directory, and we're going to create here 390 users. Why 390? Because my script only does that. Okay, so second thing is we're going to then have in the Azure cloud the Active Directory here. Well, it's just there already, Azure AD here as well. So we will be synchronizing from our local virtual machine, which we will install inside VMware Workstation. We're going to create a virtual machine inside VMware Workstation. I'm going to install Windows 2016 there, or 2012 or 2019, and then we're going to install Active Directory and DNS, and then we're going to create 390 users there, and these users will be synchronized to Azure Active Directory. So this is also called hybrid environment there. So where you can actually connect your local on-premises infrastructure to cloud infrastructure, right? So exactly, hybrid cloud, as you said. So now this is what we're going to do. So we're going to synchronize and that is we're going to do with AADC. Now this is a tool that is called Azure Active Directory Connect tool, and that Azure Active Directory Connect will help us connect our local virtual machine Active Directory to the Azure Active Directory account that we will be creating there. So we're going to do that all, and this is a very critical lab because majority of many of the companies have this hybrid environment, and they would expect you to know already. And also, we're going to purchase a domain in GoDaddy.com. So I will be asking you even now at the start of the course. You can go for GoDaddy.com and purchase a domain from there, and that domain could be .co, that could be ending with the domain name .co, .xyz.site, or unknown ones. You can purchase those domain for 1 year in $1.24 or $1.25 or $1.30 or 40 cents, and it will be for 1 year, just the domain name that you can purchase. So I would recommend that go ahead and purchase that domain name even today. And when you check out, it should be suppose it's your name, so Amir dot site. So it could be any unknown name. If you go for .ca or .com, then it will they will charge you $12 or $10. But if you go for any unknown names there, .io, .site, .xyz, then they will be really cheap, right? So just go ahead and purchase a domain name on GoDaddy.com. Why GoDaddy.com? Because Microsoft has collaboration contract with GoDaddy. If you purchase a domain name, so this will be a company domain name that we will purchase. So the company is suppose bitcoin.com. So bitcoin.com company wants you to connect their official company name and its official domain to Azure Active Directory. So all users of Azure Active Directory, their name will end with the official company name. So this is a must-have skill that you need, that how to synchronize users from local on-premises environment to cloud. That's the first thing. Second thing we're going to do is how to add the domain from a domain registrar like GoDaddy.com and add it as a tenant in Azure Active Directory. So that's a skill that will be our pilot project. That's the first project we're going to do when we start Azure, and this is really critical to understand and to go through these skills, right? So we're going to do that, and my recommendation is go to GoDaddy.com. Now, why GoDaddy.com? Because I have 80% of shares in this company. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, no, why GoDaddy.com? Because it has collaboration with Microsoft. It's going to be easy to add the domain here from GoDaddy.com to Azure Active Directory. So that's why we're going to do this. This is the first lab. Then we're going to go for the rest of the configurations there. So in Azure, because there are so many jobs in Azure here, so you will really need that. In fact, when I did that, one of the students in one of the classes, he was saying that, sir, I was doing a project and they were actually doing that in front of me for a new company. There was a new client that company got, and I told them, hey, I'm doing that in the class. And they were saying, oh, okay, good. So they were actually doing that, but normally when you join a company, it is already done. But they will expect you to troubleshoot that, which means that you should know inside out of that process to troubleshoot that. Market needs troubleshooters. How can you learn troubleshooting? When you know this skill inside out, and when you have repeated that lab 2 or 3 times. So when you're repeating the lab at home again, you will have to troubleshoot your way to make it work, right? You will see all my steps, but you will have to troubleshoot. So market needs troubleshooters, right? So if you know how to create a virtual machine, everyone knows that. But do you know how to troubleshoot many of the problems? Because you need to resolve tickets. If you can resolve tickets, they need you now. You can only resolve tickets if you are knowledgeable and you have done labs again and again. So dedication, hardcore dedication is required here. Give your 200% now and enjoy the rest of your life when you get a good job. Okay, so RBAC is just for role-based access control. Just means that you can delegate another user to do some of the job. Maybe junior administrator, you add there. Then there's managed subscriptions and governance. So governance is a very so that's really an important word nowadays. How do you govern that the you can just implement some rules there that administrator can log in to critical applications for a specific time, and who gets access to what resources for how long. That's governance, right? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to go through all those options. We're going to go one by one to every option. Some of the options will have options or features will have labs. Some of the options and features I will give theoretical detail only, but there will be so many labs because there are hundreds of options there, right? So why this option? When you use this feature, when you click here, why do you click here? When you click there, why not there but here? So we're going to talk about all that in production environment. How do we do that? We're going to understand each and every step, each and every feature there, right? So that's how in depth we plan to go. That's why be ready for some intense course, but it's going to really help you throughout your career. So then we're going to go for managed storage, and just like in AWS storage, we're going to create a storage. This is just a storage is what? Just a folder where you can upload, terabytes of data. Okay, so Snark is asking, can we use the same domain that I bought for Microsoft 365? Yeah, well, no. So you have bought the domain for Microsoft 365, yes, but did you added that already there, or you bought it for that, but you haven't added it as a tenant in Microsoft 365 yet? If you haven't, then you can use it here. If you have already added it as a tenant, Snark, then no. Then you have to remove it from there and then add it here. Otherwise, just purchase a new one. Come on, man. $1.20. You purchase coffee every day, right? Okay, so just kidding. So the thing is that, but that would be a good experience if you can remove it from Microsoft 365 and then add it here. So how to remove and how to add. Otherwise, just go for another one. It's just $1.25. So, and for 1 year. Whew. Just remember to remove the auto renewal. After 1 year, it's gonna be $20. Ha. Okay, so yes, just remove auto renewal. I have purchased so many domains till now, but I just remove the auto renewal and it just finishes. They keep on screaming, they keep on spamming me. Hey, do you need to purchase that? And I say, yeah, whatever. So, and then I just purchase a new one. Okay, so the experience, we have to learn that. But yes, the thing is that better go for a new one or remove it from there, from the previous product, and then add it here as a tenant. So there's that storage, and storage is just a folder for a company, but it's going to be very secure and encrypted folder. So what is the security of that folder, and how do you upload the data? How can you migrate the data to storage, and what are access keys, storage replication, shared access signature? So what are those things? We're going to talk about each of that, and we have a lab for majority of them, right? And then we're gonna also go for, well, this is just AZ copy, is just how to copy data from local machine to the cloud. A storage explorer is just like Windows Explorer, File Explorer. We're gonna download that and we're gonna check how to do that. And then file shares, synchronization shares, Azure blobs. This is just type of disk. Then if you keep going down here, there will be high availability and scalability. So market really is interested about how much knowledge you have about disaster recovery, high availability, and fault tolerance. These topics, backups and restores and replication, synchronous, asynchronous replication. So they would be really interested to know that how much you know about keeping the services alive, or they also, we can also say that they are all interested in BC. They are interested in BC. What is that? British Columbia. No, it's a business continuity, right? They're all interested in business continuity. So those features of high availability and scalability, and reliability and ability. No, there's no such. Okay, so here high availability and scale sets. Scale set is a very cool feature, just like a auto. This is called auto scaling in AWS. This is called scale set here. So what is scale set? if you create one virtual machine and that virtual machine uh, has a website, suppose. Now there's Boxing Day coming, and that company has a lot of products on this website that is hosting on this virtual machine, and they are anticipating that they will be first on 12 midnight on Boxing Day, the early night, there will be maybe 5,000 users or 10,000 users, but later those users will increase. So this virtual machine will be automatically, it will create more clones and clone and clone and clone. If the users start increasing, it will keep on creating more clones, and it will keep on accommodating new users. If suppose these clones are not created, then all the users coming and joining this one machine, what will happen? It will then have degraded performance, and ultimately it's going to freeze, right? Just like when the Trump got elected, and 2016, and so many Americans were saying we're going to leave America if Trump got elected, and there was so much rush on Canadian immigration website that it froze. It just crashed, right? So if that Canadian immigration website was on ScaleSat or Amazon or AWS, it would never have crashed, because if there's more traffic, there will be more virtual machines created here automatically until the traffic, all traffic is adjusted, right? So there's a limit to that too. You can put some threshold here as well. But the thing is, scale set in Azure and auto scaling in AWS, these are the features that can accommodate any amount of your traffic. If it by creating more virtual machines and dividing the traffic among those newer clones, which will be the exact same copies of this. Okay, so that's a scale set, a very interesting feature. We're gonna test that as well. And then there is Azure Resource Manager, and then VHD. We're gonna talk about that. VHD is a virtual hard disk in Hyper-V. If you've gone through MCSA, or if you have experience in Microsoft Hyper-V, then you would know that VHD and VHDX, those are the virtual disk extensions of a virtual machine. And then there is create and configure VMs, configure Azure disk encryption, so how to encrypt a disk, and then virtual machine sizes, data disks, how much data you're willing to put on any disk, so how many disks you need, what kind of networking you need to create on a virtual machine or connect to the virtual machine, and redeploy VMs, how to redeploy. And then there's Kubernetes. Now that is, containers is another very critical concept that is starting to emerge a lot. And in 104 they have added the containers as well. So containers are like virtual machines, but they do not so one virtual machine can have, suppose this is a virtual machine that you created there, so there you can create one container, second container, third container inside. Those containers, normally what do? They offer a specific environment to an application. What does that mean? Suppose there is a virtual machine here. I'm explaining container here, right? So suppose so your boss says, "Hey, can you install Photoshop? Adobe Photoshop." Everyone knows that this is a big so PHOTO Photoshop, right? So there's Adobe Photoshop here, right? So you wanna install that, and then the boss says, okay, thank you. This is a big application, right? So then the boss says, hey, also install AutoCAD. And then you realize that when you're installing AutoCAD, that some of the dependencies of the Photoshop are actually in conflict with AutoCAD. When you're trying to install AutoCAD, big application in this virtual machine, it's saying that remove some of the files so it could be installed. And those files actually belong to Photoshop. So normally big applications, when you install together in one machine, there are some compatibility issues there, right? So what container does is, suppose that's the virtual machine here. So you can put a container with just Photoshop application there, and then another container on the same virtual machine, and that would have AutoCAD application here. So each container provides a specific applications environment to that application, and then you can put that container in even one virtual machine, and in within the same environment where without container, you would not have been able to install those applications, but with the help of containers, you would be able to deploy two different conflicting applications. You will be able to deploy within one virtual machine with the help of containers. So they will be inside the container images. Developers normally use those containers here, and each container offers a specific environment. Even old applications that okay, if you install a 10-year-old application, it was created at that time, and it needs Windows Server 2008 Windows Server. Now maybe you are unable to find 2008 server image here, but with the help of container, you can still give that environment to that application, legacy applications, and then put that container on a latest Windows 2019 server, which otherwise would not have been compatible with that legacy application. But because of container, you would be able to put that old application as well in a totally new operating system, just because the container has provided that environment, right? So the thing is, this is a very, very important topic. It's I should not be saying emerging technology. It has already emerged like a decade ago. Developers were using that containers, on Linux for a long time already, right? So now it is so popular among companies that, oh, I can put my application in a container. What's the benefit? A container, you can put it on AWS. That same container you can migrate to Azure, and the application inside, the critical application inside, the same container you can migrate to a Linux environment in your data center, and the same container you can migrate to a Microsoft Windows as well. So container is supported by all kinds of platforms. So that's another thing that companies see. Wow, I don't have to actually change my virtual machine for migration. Just migrate the container, and the application is sitting inside, and it's gonna keep on working. Wow, that's cool. So many companies are going towards containers, container instances, right? So hopefully you get the idea. So we're gonna check how to create a container and what is Kubernetes. Some say Kubernetes, and some say Kubernetes. So the way you want to say it, up to you. So, but we're gonna learn Kubernetes, and Kubernetes is just that if you have hundreds of containers, how do you manage and keep them highly available on and that you can do with the help of Kubernetes. So this lets you maintain hundreds or thousands of containers together, and how a single container is created. This is this line, right? So this is a new technology for us. So you need to really know that before you go for any interview. You should be knowledgeable about that. You should do some labs. You should play around with that. I would recommend that go to YouTube and, okay, what is container? Okay, what is Docker? What is Kubernetes? So do that. Increase your knowledge. Write down summary notes and prepare those for the interview, right? Okay, so then web apps. That's a lot of Microsoft has. Azure has, I think 3,554 web apps there. What does that mean, web apps? So web apps is that there is a app for SAP is another company. Then there is Palo Alto is another company. So all third-party companies, Oracle has their databases, and all other companies have their software. So 3,554 different software are there on Azure cloud. So how do you add that third-party software to Azure cloud and give your users access to that application? So how do you maintain web apps and small apps, big apps there as well? So we're going to talk about that. So it's the cloud world is totally, it's like a huge planet. So then virtual networking comes, and we're going to create virtual networks there, VNet peering, and public IP addresses, network routes, network interface. If you have done Cisco, CCNA, CCNP, so you would really enjoy that. It will be really easy for you to understand. If you haven't done it, I'll try to make it easy for you, right? So we're gonna try to have fun with that as well. That he ha ha. We're gonna have jokes, and then we're gonna do that. Otherwise, it's boring. Well, it's interesting when you have eyes on the prize, which is $35 per hour. Okay, then we're going to talk about DNS here. In AWS, there's Route 53. Yeah. Is there a question? No? Yeah, maybe. Okay. So there's that Route 53. DNS service is called Route 53 in AWS, and it is called DNS here. DNS is called DNS here. So we're going to talk about check DNS in Azure as well. And then there's security rules, NSG, which is it works like a firewall. It gets connected to virtual machines and the subnets. So and then there's Azure Firewall, there's Bastion service, there's security groups. We're going to talk about it until we're going to do labs on that, so you would understand. What are we talking about now? And then there's application gateway, internal load balancer rules, public load balancer, troubleshoot load balancer. We're going to create our own load balancer here, and there's a big lab for that too. And then troubleshoot virtual networking. So we're going to create our own virtual network. We're going to create subnets inside the network and performance monitor for that network, external networking, virtual network connectivity, and then comes another very important topic, and that is VPN. VPN. So anyone knows what's a VPN and how do you use it for?
VPN is the connection allow you to connect different location between main or head office and branch. Yeah, is that more secure and is it cheaper?
So secure connection from your home to office or office to office, site to site VPN, or point to site VPN, and that is virtual private network. So how do we create that? ExpressRoute is a dedicated lease line from your company to Azure, your company's data center to Azure, and then there's Azure Virtual WAN here. So all that is we're gonna talk about all that networking and the big features of that networking. And then Azure resources, Azure monitoring. So obviously if you can't keep an eye on your environment, then you're not an administrator. So how do you keep an eye? Suppose there's some disaster that's happened, and then you need the log files for that. So you could go through the log files. What happened last night? Why these 5 virtual machines actually restarted and they got disconnected for the clients, international clients. And so you need to go through the log files and then query in the log files. So monitoring would be then done. And then there is backup and recovery here. So how to create backups and then backup and recovery policy. Perform site-to-site recovery by using Azure Site Recovery. So and then Azure Backup Service, we need to check it out as well. Oh, ASR is not there. Oh, that's a big lab gone. So ASR, Azure Site. Oh, okay. So in 104 they removed it. ASR was a bigger lab replication where you can go for. Oh yeah, if I just put the word replication, implement Azure storage replication, and that's it. Okay. So there was a lab in 103 that was about that if you have Hyper-V virtual machines here, and I'll send you that video, step-by-step video with all the lecture, that you have a virtual machine here, and its partner virtual machines you're gonna create in Azure as well. So your active virtual machine will be here, and your passive virtual machine will be up there, and it's gonna do asynchronous replication there. Asynchronous has a delay, right? Synchronous has no delay, but asynchronous has delay. So and then you can fail over as well. If you those who have done the MCSA labs, then failover you must have done that in VMware also. Failover clustering is there. So it so I used to do this lab with previous courses where a local Hyper-V machine in your data center not only replicates to a virtual machine living in Azure cloud, but also you can failover and make this one active and this one passive. So that's a wow, right? So that's a wow. Okay, so that's where it's that lab is there. So this would be a very good thing for you to learn for the job environment. That how can you actually make a active passive partner, one in on premises and one in cloud. Wow, amazing, right? So, in 104 they removed that lab. Strange. So they have backup, but they don't have the other one, replication. So this means that for the job environment, I'm just gonna send you that lab video so you could practice at home with all the software that needed. So that's overall your Azure cloud. That's a lot of topics, right? Lots and lots and lots of topics. Okay, so that's gonna be fun when we go through all those topics there, and we're gonna try to check it out. So this is Azure course then, right? And if we go further to the next certification, that is Google Cloud, which in 2020 is one of the top certifications here. So that's also 2019 it was not that important, but 2020, wow, it just uh, normally I teach those courses in other colleges. So in one college, students come from they are system administrators, directors, and managers, and I asked them that how many clouds do you have. Like some companies have AWS, so the large companies will have AWS, and their backup will be Azure cloud, and then small to medium sized companies will have Azure as the first cloud or main of their workload will be on Azure, and backup would be Google Cloud. But this is changing soon as well, like AWS for large companies, and the backup could be Google Cloud. Now we're gonna go for then the Google Cloud as well, and that is Google Cloud certification. And for that Google Cloud certification, I'll just put that link here. Now Google Cloud is strangely an exact copy of the Azure, the AWS cloud. So okay, so there's she was saying, can you please send this link in chat? Oh yeah, Google Cloud link. Yeah, okay. So and so Google Cloud, I'm just gonna put that here. Oh, which link? Oh, this link. Okay. So first of all, I'll just put that GCP, and there's a certification link. This link I think you're talking about, so I'll copy this. Actual Azure exam skills being measured URL. Okay. Okay, so Google Cloud certification here, and that is the page where it's saying why get Google Cloud certified. Already we have seen some stats there for some high-paying jobs, which I showed at the start, and there's a video that I recorded for all this. And the top 2020 certifications is Google Certified Professional Cloud Architect, is the top. Then the second one is AWS Certified Solutions Architect, because so many are there. But it's still in the top 5, these two certifications. Azure goes way down to 11. But the thing is, when we're talking about way down, it's 125,000 per year. Wow, that's too much. So it's not even like 50,000 per year, 40,000 per year. We could say, really? It's like more than 100,000. So all these three, Google Cloud, AWS, and Azure, are really high-paying cloud certifications. So you should have all three, or at least you must have AWS and Azure. But you should know about Google Cloud as well, and that's what we're. So if I go down to which Google Cloud certifications is right for you, associate certification is this on that page, professional certification, and then user certification. Well, stick to associate, because now we're actually going for associate for AWS and Google Cloud, and administrator's certification for Azure. So if you go down to associate, then there's cloud engineer. So well, that is the plan here. just cloud engineer here in associate is the same as Azure administrator. Azure administrator is a tough one, right? So I just sent you that those links there, and that's equal to or similar to this one. So I'm going to click that cloud engineer here just to get insight, because professional, when you go, obviously it's going to be much tougher, and they would expect you to know a lot before you come to the professional. So prereq would be associate. So yeah, we're going to start with that, and this alone is also not that easy. I'm going to click that cloud engineer here, and so when you go there, associate cloud engineer, and then it goes down to about this certification. So length is 2 hours, $125. Oh yeah, about that Azure certification, I think we don't, how much is that? Like it's 150. So AWS is $150, but Azure was also, I guess, yeah, it's $165. Azure is 160, or it didn't say that, but yeah, Azure is $165. 104, yeah, there you go. So $150 for US dollars for AWS, 165 US dollars for Azure, and then 150 for Google Cloud, 125, sorry, for Google Cloud. So but that's a one-time investment on your career, and give it your best shot and try to do those certifications as much as possible, right? Okay. So exam delivery method, and then there's prerequisites, and then recommended experience, 6 month plus hands-on experience with Google Cloud. So there's a get real world experience here, and then there is understand what's on the exam. Well, yeah, the first thing is you should all the certifications expect that you should get a job first, right? So and all when you go to the job, they say, hey, get the certification first. When you go to the certification, they say, no, get the job first. So we're in the loop now. So so they are saying this much. So obviously we have to then get the certification first to get a job, to get more experience. So understand what's on the exam, try the practice exam, round out your skills with training, and then there are, so check exam readiness, schedule an exam, and it goes on to that. So but we need to check what is, understand what's on the exam. So see exam guide. So that's step 2, right? But before that, GCP free tier. So when we come down to Google Cloud, then we're gonna open 1 year free tier account with Google Cloud. You just need to have a Gmail, right? So and then we're gonna go down to this step 2, where the exam guide is, right? So I'm gonna click that exam guide here, and associate cloud engineer, and then setting up a cloud solutions or environment, and then setting up cloud projects and accounts. So what is a project? Project is that area in which you configure virtual machines, storage, networking, database. Then you can create another project and create its own virtual machines, storage, networking, and database. Then create a third project and its own compute, storage, networking, database. So it's a bit different environment. The concepts are all the same, but why I included this separate certification in this course, 4-in-1 course, because you need to get familiar with how it looks like inside. It will also have virtual machines, databases, storage, networking. All 3 or 4 clouds will have the exact same 4 categories, but what are the terminology? What do they call virtual machine in AWS? They call virtual machine EC2 instances in AWS. What do they call virtual machine in Azure? Virtual machine. And what do you call that virtual machine in Google Cloud? Again, EC2 instances, or they call it machine instances. So Google Cloud has copied AWS amazingly. I don't know why, but they did, and AWS is not suing them. I don't know why. So some of the terminology is same in Google Cloud that is there in AWS. So then IAM, identity and access management, so how to create users and permissions and groups and roles. We're going to talk about that. And then managing billing configuration, how to manage the billing of the account. That will go for Azure and AWS as well. Yes, sir. Any questions? Oh. Okay. So I'll just, yeah, please do mute the mic. So here, we're gonna go for planning and configuration of a cloud solution. So we're gonna create a project, and we're going to create planning and configuring compute resources. Now this is called compute resource. A virtual machine in Google Cloud is called compute resource, and within the compute engine you're going to do that. But you can see Kubernetes is already here in Google Cloud. So why Google Cloud is on the top in 2020? So it, the containers and Kubernetes, it started from Google Cloud actually. So they were the pioneers of containers and this. So that's why now everyone has adopted this containers and Kubernetes. But Google Cloud first started that. So that's why developers come to Google Cloud more, and now that's why it's on the top as well, because this is one of the most sought after skill, one of the most sought after skill after all those compute or virtual machines and networking storage and everything. Then you must know container and Kubernetes as well. So planning and configuring data storage solutions. So again, storage side we're going to configure, and then networking side we're going to configure. Deploying and implementing cloud solution, the same. How do you secure compute engine or the virtual machines there? And again, Google Kubernetes and engine resources. So it's gonna keep on talking about Kubernetes there, and yeah, this is all about then implementing data solutions, and that is databases. Also, network resources, implementing network, VPC, virtual private cloud, which is you can create subnets inside. You can create go for public IP addresses there. So it goes on and on, and then successful operation of a cloud. So again, you need to know the terminology of cloud in virtual machine, in storage, and the security and auto scaling. So many of the terminologies will be same, or many of the concepts will repeat again in Google Cloud, but you would know that how it works here and what are the new terminologies here. So, but you can see that Kubernetes or Kubernetes is being repeated again and again. So that is a lab that would be very interesting to do. Even Azure newer exam 104 also has Kubernetes. It's touching that, while Google Cloud is going in depth a little more here with Kubernetes, right? So then networking resources and logging and monitoring, just like typical any other cloud has. There's a stack driver, one-stop resource for monitoring that we're going to go to in Google Cloud. And then in the last, they are mentioning IAM or identity and access management, where normally we create users, computers, and users groups and roles and permissions, right? So this is overall the Google Cloud certification here. So that link also, I think I did not put that there, so I'm just gonna put that link. Okay, it's tough. It's already tough. I don't know what's wrong with me. I added the fourth one as well. But you get the idea then about, okay, so that's the main certification we're going in GCP or Google Cloud Platform is Cloud Engineer certification, right? So last year also when I did the stunt of 3 certifications in one, so yeah, that was, students were really committed, and they really went through all the labs, and so that's very good. And okay, so I'm just gonna go for the Oracle one actually, and that is Oracle Cloud certification. I think June 30th. Until then, you can actually give a Oracle Cloud exam as well, free. So if I go to Oracle Cloud, there's an Oracle University here that you can join, and this is education. Then there's certification here, validate your expertise, and get certified anywhere, blah 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 blah. Okay, so ready to get certified? Yeah. Choose your certification exam by product and job role. Prepare to pass your certification exam. Okay, So this is choose your product, and there's Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So that's the one. And if I click here, so I'll just put that certification page here for you to go through, and I'll put that here under Oracle. So it also offers a 1-year certification. Okay, so Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, that's down here on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. And then if I click that Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, so it then actually goes for account, but normally Oracle Cloud Infrastructure exam. So there is that Oracle Cloud Infrastructure exam. There is Oracle Cloud Infrastructure 2020 Enterprise Workloads Associate, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure 2020 HPC Big Data Cloud Infrastructure Architect Professional, and there's our favorite Architect Associate. So AWS Administrator, AWS Architect Associate also there, and then Google Cloud Engineer, Azure Administrator, and this is our Cloud Associate. Cloud Infrastructure Architect Associate. So they have a lot of fancy names here that we need that we're going for. So I'll just try to copy that, or it's if it lets me. So there's additional information, but this is Architect Associate Foundations 2020. Okay. And whoa, are you kidding me? $202 voucher. So, and then it's 85 minutes exam, 60 questions, passing score 65. The exam code is weird, 1Z0-1072-20, and exam fee. So it was free for a month during COVID-19, and okay. So this exam is I'll just go ahead and come down to this recommended training review exam topics. So this is the exam topics here. Are we still on the same page? No. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this link now. Yeah, it's expensive. So the thing is that we're gonna visit the areas, we're gonna appreciate those areas, we're gonna say wow, ooh, cool, man, and then we're just gonna go out. So okay, we're gonna check those features and say wow and go out. Okay, but we need to know, the more knowledgeable you are, the better, right? So review exam topics here, if we go there, so it again, the main 4 categories are, or 5 categories are IAM, which is Identity and Access Management. Then there is compute, virtual machines, which means storage to upload files and folders, and networking to create networks and subnets, and then databases. So launching bare metal and virtual compute instances, virtual machines, advanced databases, architecting best practices, that is architect high availability, and then networking. Then they are talking about networking there. They have different terminology here: storage, compute, databases, identity and access management, advanced networking concepts there with VPN, load balancer there as well. So pretty much all the same topics but different terminology there. Oops. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Normally we get a break during this, but this is the 4th one here, and I've given the links there as well. So what I would suggest is that we can actually even call it a day now after this introduction, and I can take your questions as well. The thing is that we're going to be doing all 4 certifications with these pages and those course outlines there. In fact, I didn't put that here. So the what I would want you to do is to create a free account in LMS and at least get access to a free course that I'm offering there for everyone, and that's a critical one that I was saying that you should be going for that course. So there's that 70-740. This is the free course that you should get enrolled. So you can create a free account on the link that I've created, because next on this Friday I'm going to be creating I'll be inviting you to come here and connect. You will be seeing AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and Oracle Cloud. This is last year's Azure, AWS, Google Cloud, but I'm going to be creating a new one, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and Oracle Cloud. So you will be enrolled there, right? So I'll be putting that link up. I haven't put that link up yet, so I'll be putting that link up. If you want to directly pay there, or you can just click that and it will ask for your credit card and you can pay and get enrolled there, or you can do Interact email transfer to me and I will manually enroll you there if you don't want to purchase from here directly. So but this is a free course. It's written here free, so you can go to this URL, which is our LMS, and there you can just enroll to this free. This is very critical course. At least go for Hyper-V and go for Hyper-V labs and go for failover clustering labs, and try to understand all those terminologies there. This is one of the toughest course in MCSA. So and this is being offered free here, so grab that opportunity, create a free account here in the link where I gave that there, and get enrolled to this course free. The other courses are, I have put very, very less prices, but those prices are going up. These prices will keep on going up and down. There's a VMware course that I've offered, but this is 6 month, 6 payments. You can also pay for this, monthly payments. For any other course you want, you can just convert into monthly payments as well, and every month you can pay 50 or 25 if you want to go for other courses. Otherwise, instructor-led courses are the best way, because you can ask questions and you can understand topics better. Otherwise, videos are all out there, but if there was any benefit of that, or full benefit of that, then nobody would come to classes, right? So anyway, this is one thing that I'm asking. Second thing is that for the next class, we need to create Azure AWS account first. So if there are any questions about the 4 certifications, let me know. This is a 4 courses in one. This is a kind of a rare opportunity where we're going to go in depth with the main the in-demand skills there, and the sooner you get this certification, the better. Otherwise, the whole planet is doing those certifications. So when you decide, oh, let me do the course now, then it might be too late, right? So students wait until they keep going, giving interviews, and they're being asked the same question. Then they realize, oh, I should have done that certification when I was being told to do that. So do these certifications and understand in depth. The main thing is you need to understand, right? If you don't understand and you don't repeat the labs, you can't really get a job or better promotion or implement it in your environment. So we're going to really work hard on this, and you need to give your 200%, repeat, do the certification. So the main thing here that I would say is that understand understand the topics. So that's the first thing. All the concepts, that's the most critical thing. Suppose you're going for repeat the labs, right? You're doing this very well, but your understanding is low or not at all. But you're doing, hey, I did the lab, yay! And what was the concept of the lab? Actually, if you're doing that, so you wasted, congratulations, you wasted all your time, right? So if you understand first, make sure you do, and be knowledgeable about the topic that we're talking about, then repeat the labs. The more you do the labs, the more confidence you will get. When you're talking in the interview, your confidence level is understood by the interviewer as well. I take interview. I used to take interviews as well in Scotiabank and in the company back home. So I would know right away that oh wow, okay, this guy must have spent some time on this, because the way you're talking terminology and the way you're talking about the processes. If you have really worked hard on that technology, then the way you will talk, your confidence will be way up. Otherwise, your confidence will be kind of down. It is a good technology. It works very good. It's in demand. And hey, where are the technical details? Did I ask that? Is it good? I know it's good. So anyway, the thing is that you work hard, interviewers will feel that you've really worked hard on that, right? And then certify. You cannot afford to delay the certification. So the thing is, give your 200% now and enjoy the rest of your life when you get a good job, right? So now is the time to really work hard and give your 200% and understand, repeat the labs, not just once, twice, thrice, and get certified right away. Get ready for the jobs and go for your combination of courses that I recommended there. And the different colleges I go to, and then some contracts I do. So I also know that, oh, what is in demand now? Oh man, they're asking this one as well. Oh, in the interview they asked me this. Okay, let me add this in the course. Oh, let me add this suggestion in the career day slide. So you really need to understand these three and do the certifications and repeat the labs, right? So it's going to be really intense and hands-on labs. So on Friday, we will start at 5:55, which is 6 o'clock, and then you must. It's not you. You must have your AWS free tier account ready. So create a AWS free tier account. So what you need to do is just fill up the form with your credit card. They're not going to charge you at all. They just need to know you are who you say you are, right? So that's how you create Azure account. That's how you create Google Cloud account, and that's how you create Oracle Cloud account, right? So second thing is try to have two screens. So when I'm doing the lab, so with one screen you're watching me doing the lab, and the other screen you're actually doing the lab, right? So try to have two screens, and in that you can actually go for one screen could be your cell phone or laptop or tablet, and other where you're doing the lab with me. You're doing the lab with me. So that's the suggestions that I would give for the next class. But I will be sending you email for detailed suggestions there. If there are any questions, let me know. Otherwise, this is a pretty hands-on 4 courses in one. It's an opportunity that you might get after 6 months or 1 year when we start that, or you can separately do those courses. But I work as hard as I would have given one course only. So and those who know me already from other colleges, that we go in depth with a lot of labs, so they know that already, right? So we're gonna really work hard, and it's 4 courses we're gonna work hard on, not just one, right? So if there are any questions, let me know, guys. Arslan is asking for AWS free tier account, is there any instructions for that? So guys, what we can do is we can go to the free tier account. So just go to Google and type AWS free tier. So go ahead. Now, if you're planning to go ahead with the course, first of all, yeah, there are flexible payment plans as well. So I know it's COVID-19 and it's pandemic, and I'm here to help you, right? So that said, you can contact me as well for any kind of. So otherwise, yeah, it's one time payment is what I've already sent. So I'll be sending information or that the WebEx to all, but you can just opt out and let me know that, okay, please, I'll decide later. So I'll remove your email then from that. So if you don't say that, so I'll send you the invitation if you're coming. Yeah, okay, and then we can talk about. Yeah. So there's that AWS free tier. So I'm just gonna click that AWS free tier here, and I'll copy this link and give it to you. So you can just click that link, and I'll put it in the LMS as well. So try to have the screen. Okay, you must have your free tier ready. So guys, this is when you go for AWS free tier, it's just a free account. And here, free tier, when you go there, so first of all, you should be knowledgeable about that, how much of free compute is available for you, how much of free storage is available for you, how much of relational database services free hours are available for you per month. So in 1 year, it's not unlimited virtual machine working that you can do. You have to know that if you start a virtual machine, in 1 month you can use 750 hours of virtual machine per month for 1 year, right? So you cannot use it more than 750 hours. So normally what is the rule for our labs is that when we do a lot of labs and step by step, and then at the end of the class we delete everything we created, right? That's the rule. When you create again at home, yes, practice it 3 4 5 6 7 8 10 hour 20 hours, as long as you're staying within the 750 hours limit, which is a lot of hours. So you can easily do any lab, repeat as many times again, and then delete the machines. The main thing is you don't keep virtual machine powered on and forget it. So you don't forget it, right? So you have to remember that if you powered on the machine few hours, just delete it, shut it down and delete it, right? You can create as many again. So 750 hours is there, 750, and then there's storage 5 GB. You can use free 5 GB storage per month. You can use, right, not more than 5 GB. So, and then for 12 months. And then Amazon DynamoDB, this is database, and Amazon SageMaker, other services, Lambda. We're going to talk about those services as well in the Friday introduction of services. Amazon Light Sail, Guard Duty, Amazon SNS, simple notification service, that is 1 million messages you can send per month. So, but then it goes down to page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, right? So the thing is that you want to know the free tier limits of whichever service you're about to use, because there are 200 plus services. So you can know from here that, oh, I'm about to create a database. Okay, what is the free tier limit for database? And you can just know that. So that's one thing. Second thing is, if you're on the same page as I am on, then there's a create free account here. So we can click on create a free account, and in that, because I have that account, so it's showing me that account. Otherwise, this is create a new AWS account. Maybe you're already there if you haven't created that. So you should be on this page. And that's pretty much how to fill out a form. That's something you can do. So the thing is that just put your name and email address and credit card information and some company name, whatever your imaginary company name is, and or college name or school name, and just it's going to be a personal account. It's not going to be a business account. So that's pretty clear that it's not going to be personal. So you can go ahead and create that. And if you have any questions, you can put on WhatsApp a picture of that, and so those um, like in next class, if you're coming, that means that I would consider that you are interested. So for the same email addresses where I sent the email today, I'm gonna send the instructions for an invitation for the next Friday class as well. And those who still want to try can actually try the Friday class as well. But yeah, those who are going for the course, then you can just let me know as well. I'll enroll you in this you know iProf courses or LMS or learning management system, where I'll show you. So it just looks like actually it's going to look like this for you. So I'll be putting all the resources here and the videos here, and you can play any resource or any video. Just click that and there'll be a video there that you can go to, and any slides that I will put there. So I'll be enrolling you in that course. Those who have paid already, I'll be creating and enrolling you, and those who are paying, so as soon as you paid, then you will be enrolled into the LMS right away with all the resources available, and any software needed will be available there as well. Go ahead and create that free tier account, and if there are any questions, then you can let me know. And we're gonna go really in depth with all those courses. So this is an opportunity where you get to learn 4 clouds in one course instead of 4 courses. You get to pay one course fee, and normally that fee is 600, 700, 800, 900, or even $1,000. Here it is, for now I've just done put it on $499, and that is because of COVID-19, plus also that I want to keep it less for everyone and get that same quality of the course and really go in depth and work hard, right? So create this account, and see you on Friday at 5:55. Yay! So if there are any questions, let me know. Okay, that's a very interesting question. Thank you. And yeah, nobody asked anything. Okay. So, and that's also a very good question. Yeah. So, but anyway, if it's very clear, yeah, see you on Friday at 5:55. Thank you very much, and I'll stop the video now. Anyone who needs the video, just let me know on WhatsApp or email, and I'll be sending invitation for WebEx on Friday.